Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another stream. I hope you guys are all doing well today. In today's stream, there is, in fact, a lot to talk about. So I'm going to get straight into it, right? I want to show you guys a fair few charts in today's stream. Of course, give you guys a little update what's happening with Bitcoin and crypto today, right? What's happening in the crypto world. Because some bullish things are, in fact, happening. You guys can already read by the title, okay? So, of course, I want to talk about it, right? BlackRock. Okay, it seems like BlackRock CEO Larry Fink is in fact going all in on Bitcoin. So I want to talk about all that in today's stream. So welcome, guys, welcome back to another stream. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you guys are all hanging in there because Bitcoin right now is slightly dropping slightly where it was, compared to where it was, 2 days ago at $31,000. It's obviously back down at 30K. And I told you guys that I had a feeling that this was in fact going to happen because this is not, Bitcoin's first time, ever doing something like this, right? We have seen Bitcoin touch above $31,000 for the past few days now, right? For the past like 2 weeks, we have in fact been seeing in between, $31,000 at 30K. So we can all agree that this is obviously a, support and resistance line, obviously, right? So you guys can clearly see, every single time it seems like every single time Bitcoin touches above $31,000, it does in fact drop back down to $30,000, right? It seems like it always does that. But soon enough, I really do believe, I've mentioned this many times, soon enough, I really do believe, that's going to change and we're going to see Bitcoin actually head up, to $32,000. And once we actually see Bitcoin, touch around $32,000, I think it's officially going to be all ups from there, guys. Okay, so that's going to happen very, very soon. Who knows when, but very soon. I think that's going to happen sometime this month in July. And I told you guys many times that July, Bitcoin does perform pretty well this month, and it has been for the past, few years in previous years. So I reckon this year in 2023 will be no different to that. We will in fact see Bitcoin perform pretty well this year as well, but time will tell. We will see. So Bitcoin right now is coming at 30,500, a bit higher than where it was a couple of hours ago. So that's absolutely amazing to see. The market today is obviously, having a slight drop, right? You see Bitcoin, Ethereum is dropping 1%, and a fair few altcoins are in fact dropping, over 1%, 2%, 3% even as well. So it's just one of those days. This is not a major crash. The market is obviously just having a slight drop. Okay, altcoins are having a slight drop as well today. You guys can see overall the market is down 1.4%, and the global crypto market cap is kind of at 1.19 trillion. Yesterday, it was in fact around 1.2 trillion, I believe. So it's obviously dropped slightly today, but that is a-okay because everything's still holding up overall. Now let's talk about the charts, and I want to show you guys a fair few charts in today's stream. Starting off with this one. So we know Bitcoin has in fact been consolidating at this level. Okay, it's been consolidating in between $31,000 and 30K for the past like 2 weeks now, right? Over a week easily. So it's been, over a week or so since we have seen Bitcoin, consolidating, moving on its side for a while. And soon enough, it's going to break. And I told you guys many times that it's going to break. It's going to reach 32K, 34, 35, 36. This is what this chart is showing. Bitcoin could potentially break to, $36,000. So that's absolutely amazing to see. And that could potentially happen for Bitcoin, right? So be excited for that for all my Bitcoin holders out there. And I showed you guys a fair few charts, in previous videos, a couple of days ago, a few weeks ago, even for the past few months that, Bitcoin will eventually reach these price targets. It just will. Right, and I really do believe Bitcoin has the potential here, especially this month in July, because like I said, like many times, July Bitcoin does perform pretty well right this month. So I'm expecting Bitcoin to perform pretty well this month. So I'm expecting Bitcoin to at least pump to $35,000 or even surpass 35K this month alone in 2023. Right, so that's going to be exciting. Okay, I really believe that's very, very possible for Bitcoin. Okay, so it seems like another leg up will in fact happen for Bitcoin. Okay, just like what we saw, Bitcoin break out from this, downtrend that Bitcoin was in fact forming very so slowly, and then a break out of it. Clearly, another leg up will in fact happen, guys, for Bitcoin. So you guys know I'm a big believer of history, repeating itself, and this is a chart indicating and showing you guys what happened in 2020 will pretty much happen where we are right now for Bitcoin. So back in 2020, we saw Bitcoin have a pump and then it had a rest, right? It was in fact consolidating, okay? And then out of nowhere, it pumped again, okay? And it seems like it's the same pattern. You guys can clearly see this is where we are right now in 2023. Bitcoin is in fact having a pump, okay? And now it's obviously resting, having a little rest, consolidating and whatnot, whatever you want to name it. And then it pumped, right? So it seems like, the same pattern is in fact forming what happened in 2020 to where it is now in 2023. So that's obviously amazing to see for Bitcoin. Okay, it really, really is. Now, here's another chart that I haven't showed you guys. This chart literally just came out earlier this morning, but this chart is indicating that Bitcoin has already hit bottom. Okay, and this is not just a dip, it's an opportunity. Okay, I've told you guys that many times. We are in fact in a buy era. Okay, and I showed you guys many reasons why we are in fact in a buy era. I showed you guys a fair few charts on why we are in fact in a buy era, but clearly, Bitcoin is nowhere near its previous all-time high. So if you really think about it, right, since it's nowhere near its previous all-time highs, we are still pretty much in a bear market. Sorry, I was going to say bull market, but we're in a bear market. But I will say this: we're obviously in the beginning, in its early stages of the next, bull market. But as of right now, okay, we are still in a bear market. Okay, Bitcoin is still down. It's nowhere near, not even halfway through. It's reaching back up to its previous high. So if you really think about it, it's obviously still a great buying opportunity, guys. Okay. So it's gonna head up from here. Okay, it's all up from here. A lot of people think, a lot of bears out there are in fact saying that we will in fact see Bitcoin reach back down to $25,000, even $20,000 or lower than 20K, but that is just very unlikely to happen. For sure not. There's no way in hell we're gonna see Bitcoin break down to 20K or even below 20K once again, go back down to its previous lows, because it's not the time to do that. You know what I mean? Like, the halving is about to happen. We know that. And every single time we have the halving, we know what happens with Bitcoin. It pumps, it skyrockets, right? And that's where it really tends to pump the most, right? So there's no way in hell we're going to see Bitcoin, drop to like $20,000 or below 20K ever again. Okay. Just very unlikely to happen, guys. Okay. And we are in fact in a buy area. We are in fact in the buy zone. I've been telling you guys that many times. Okay. You may think we're not. It's too late to buy into Bitcoin because, Bitcoin has in fact been pumping all of, 2023. But no, that is not the answer to this. You know what I mean? It really isn't. We are clearly still in the buy zone. And this chart is indicating that we're still in the buy zone. Okay, clearly, you guys can clearly see that we're nowhere near its previous all-time highs, not even halfway there yet, right? So clearly, okay, we're still in a bear market. Bitcoin is still a cheap buy, in my opinion, especially for long term. Like, if you're planning on, you should be, you should be planning on investing into Bitcoin for long term, right? Because obviously Bitcoin has store of value and it's a great asset to invest in for long term, right? But, if you're planning, okay, to invest into Bitcoin long term, you should buy now. Okay, you should buy now. Okay, don't time the market, right? Because if Bitcoin, like, looking at the charts right now, if Bitcoin were to have another correction, it's not going to have a major correction. It could potentially drop to like back down to 29K, 28K, 27K even. Do I think it will go back down to 25K? I really don't, to be honest with you guys, right? I really don't, especially with all these positive news. And I'm going to get to that in today's stream, but you guys can already read it in today's stream, right? But with all this positive news coming out, with all these institutions, and not just institutions, but like banks and whatnot, coming into Bitcoin, right? And of course, just coming into the crypto space, do you really think Bitcoin and crypto will crash? You know what I mean? At this point, at this level? No, I really don't. Especially when the halving is around, around the corner. Do you really think Bitcoin will in fact have a drop? It won't. So don't time the market, guys. There's no difference between buying Bitcoin now versus buying it if it crashes back down to 28K, right? If it does in fact have another retest back down to the downside. There's no difference. You know what I mean? So take this as an opportunity to buy Bitcoin, right? I'm telling you that right now. No financial advice, obviously. So, do your own research. But this is, in fact, a buy signal. You guys can clearly see that. And this is exactly what this chart is showing. So don't miss this opportunity, guys. I really don't want you guys to have that same regret on not buying into Bitcoin at its early stages. Okay, we are still in a bear market. It's nowhere near its previous highs. So I think right now it's obviously still a buy signal for Bitcoin, and we are still in a buy zone. Okay, so we all should be buying, we all should be investing, we all should be accumulating and stacking into Bitcoin. That's that. Now, here's another chart that I want to show you guys. Okay, the LMACD cross. okay, has in fact formed. You guys can clearly see that, meaning it's looking like it's a signal for a bull market. And yes, that is very, very true. We know the next bull market is in fact about to happen once we have the halving event for Bitcoin. Okay, and I really do believe towards the end of the year in 2024, that's when we're going to see Bitcoin pump. And of course, early of 2025, that entire year in 2025, we're going to see Bitcoin really pump, just like what we saw in 2021. We're going to see that in 2025, right? So it's looking pretty good for Bitcoin. Okay, I mean, it really is, right? So be bullish, guys. Be bullish. This is not the time to be bearish at all with Bitcoin. Okay, it's the time to be very, very bullish with Bitcoin. Now, for all the people out there that are in fact saying Bitcoin is crashing, just look at this chart. Take a look. Take a good look at this chart. When all those news channels saying Bitcoin is crashing, it's a scam, and not just channels, but like people in general, you know what I mean, around the world that are in fact, saying Bitcoin is a scam, people that out there don't believe in Bitcoin and whatnot, right? Just take a look at this chart. Just take a good look at it, right? You guys can clearly see throughout the years, yes, Bitcoin is obviously a really volatile asset. We know that, especially short term, right? Bitcoin is really volatile. I'm not going to lie to you guys, right? It really, really is. It crashes a whole bunch, okay? And out of nowhere, it just crashes. I understand that, right? It's really, really volatile. But if you guys look at the entire Bitcoin chart, you guys can clearly see it's always trending up. And the reason why it's always trending up is because we have different cycles to this. We enter, a bull market and a bear market, okay? So it's pretty much, the cycle happens pretty much every 4 years. We enter the bear market and then we enter a bull market, right? So in the next upcoming few years, 2024 and 2025, we're going to enter the next bull market, right? So it's going to head a new higher high. And you guys can see every single time we enter the next, new bull market, Bitcoin always tends to reach a new all-time high every single time. So obviously in the next bull market, it's clearly going to reach a new all-time high. It's going to easily surpass its previous highs and reach a new all-time high, just like what Bitcoin history is showing and what it's been doing. Right, so you guys can clearly see, when in doubt, you just got to really zoom out. Okay, yes, it's really volatile, but it's always going up. It's like, how do I explain this? It's like a volatile uptrend. Like a volatile uptrend pattern. You guys can just clearly see that, right? It pumped and it dropped. It pumped again, a new high, and it dropped. And then it pumped again, a new high, and then it dropped. And then it pumped again, a new high, and it dropped. Meaning, right, you guys clearly see it is in fact breaking out right now, forming a new pattern up to the upside for Bitcoin. So it's slowly recovering right now. And that's what we have, in fact, been seeing all of 2023. So it's going to create a new higher high, guys, just like what it's been doing in previous years. So when in doubt, guys, just zoom out and understand that Bitcoin is not crashing. It's funny to me when people say, Bitcoin is crashing, it's crashing to $0. Just zoom out and understand long term, Bitcoin is okay. Okay, it's supposed to be where it is right now. Okay, it's in the right path. Okay, it really is, and it's still holding up amazing. Okay, it really, really is, right? So just think about that, guys. Okay, just think about that. Now I want to show you guys this. So if you guys don't know me, I don't invest into the stock market, right? I don't invest in stocks. Okay, the only asset I really invest in is crypto, right? Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. That is literally it. I don't invest into stock markets or anything like that, right? But you guys can clearly see that, Bitcoin has performed way better than the S&P 500 for the past few years. So this is the performance since August 10th of 2020. Bitcoin versus the S&P 500. You guys can clearly see Bitcoin has outperformed the S&P 500 massively. 161% versus 33% for the S&P 500. So just think about that, right? Bitcoin has performed way more, guys, right? And Michael Saylor says here, the rich owns stocks, the smart own Bitcoin. And that is very true. I 100% agree, right? So this just shows you guys that obviously, Bitcoin, obviously, you know what I mean? Like Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, right? They move way more than the stock market, right? I don't know much about the stock market, but I know a fair few people that do in fact invest into stocks, okay? And they're mainly elder people, you know what I mean? Like, guys, I'm in my early 20s, okay? I'm like 24, right? And I know people that are way older than me, right? That are over 30 and they invest into stocks, right? And they invest in it, right? But the thing is, like, the stock market does not move as much as Bitcoin. Like people tell me, the stock market, like if the stock market moves 1% or 2% or 3% even, that's a good day. Like that is a good day. We know, okay, that the crypto market, right, cryptocurrency, okay, that moves so much higher. We will see Bitcoin pump, 10%. We will see altcoins. Let's talk about altcoins. Altcoins will move like 10%, 30%, 50%, even some 100%, right? In a matter of hours, literally. So I feel like, Bitcoin and crypto, they move way more than the stock market, right? The stock market, yes, long term, it's a great long term investment. I'm not saying here there's nothing wrong with investing into stocks, right? I actually want to invest into stocks and companies. Okay, I really do, right? But right now, I'm just sticking with Bitcoin and crypto because they just move way more than the stock market, right? They really do. So, in my opinion, I think you'll get a better percentage return if you're investing into Bitcoin than something like the S&P 500, right? But the S&P 500 has been around for ages, decades. Even the stock market, right? A lot of these companies have been around for a very long time compared to Bitcoin and crypto, right? Bitcoin and crypto has only been around for like over 13 years. So just think about that, right? But still, it's outperforming the stock market, right? It really, really is. So that's that, guys, and that's why I'm really, really bullish with Bitcoin and crypto. But you guys can see the purchasing power. I showed you guys this before, and I'll show you guys it again if you guys haven't seen it. But you guys can clearly see Bitcoin's purchasing power is obviously outperforming the S&P 500, treasuries, and of course, dirty fiat money. We know fiat is out of the picture. Fiat money is just losing its value every single year. We don't even need to talk about fiat, right? The purchasing power for fiat is just dropping like crazy, okay? And the S&P 500 is still holding up very well, okay, but not moving as much as Bitcoin, right? And I wish I knew this, a couple years back. You know what I mean? That's what we all say, right? But that's that. Now let's talk about the main topic here, BlackRock. We know BlackRock, okay, has filed for Bitcoin ETFs, and this happened, a couple of weeks ago. We know that, right? But today, some more news on that topic, and it's very bullish, for Bitcoin. And I'm actually surprised Bitcoin is not really pumping by this news, right? But everyone is talking about it on social media, on Twitter, especially, for all the people out there that are in fact in the crypto space, we are all talking about this, right? So the BlackRock CEO, and I'm gonna show you guys a video, right? So the CEO of BlackRock, Larry Fink, okay, has said many things, many positive things about Bitcoin. He was saying, Bitcoin is in fact, digital gold, and why we need Bitcoin. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys this clip, and I showed you guys this clip in my previous video, but I'm gonna show you guys it again in case you guys haven't seen it. Right, so it's this clip right here. So Michael Saylor, of course, tweeted this out. But I want to show you guys this clip. All right. So I want to make sure it's full volume.
And also, I do believe the role of crypto is it's digitizing gold in many ways. Instead of investing in gold as a hedge against inflation, a hedge against the onerous problems of any one country, or the devaluation of your currency, whatever country you're in. Let's be clear, Bitcoin is an international asset. It's not based on any one currency. And so it can represent an asset that people can play as an alternative. I would call the foundation of BlackRock is about hope. You invest for retirement because you believe tomorrow is better than today.
There we have it.
And also, I do believe...
Okay, you guys can see, it seems like the CEO of BlackRock, Larry Fink, okay, is in fact going all in on Bitcoin. Okay, now they will get approved very soon by the SEC by this, them filing, Bitcoin ETFs, right? They haven't got approved just yet, I don't think, but they will soon, okay? And I really do believe, okay, this is obviously very bullish for Bitcoin, and we know we're gonna enter the next, Bitcoin bull market, right? And this is gonna give a little kick to that, right, with this type of news. Okay, So this is very bullish, guys. Very bullish. You know, a lot of institutions out there are in fact filing for, you know, Bitcoin ETFs, and just in general, you know, coming into the crypto space. We know that. I've talked about this many times. Okay, a lot of different institutions, major ones. Okay, BlackRock, Fidelity, Invesco, right? Many more. Okay, so it's looking pretty good for Bitcoin, right? It really, really is. And it seems like everyone right now on Twitter is just talking about this, right? Everyone's tweeting about this. So this is absolutely amazing to see, right? And this is very, very, very bullish for Bitcoin. So guys, let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about this, right? Because this is some very bullish news for Bitcoin. And we already know, you know, that BlackRock is already, you know, filing for Bitcoin ETFs, but it seems like, you know, the CEO of BlackRock, he's saying all this, right? And it seems like he's literally going all in on Bitcoin. You know what I mean? He really, really is. And just remember, guys, I showed you guys a clip, and I can't find that clip no more. But back in 2018, okay, Larry Fink, okay, the CEO of BlackRock, had an interview, right, on some channel, and he was saying that he's not going to do anything with, you know, Bitcoin or crypto. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to do anything with Bitcoin and crypto. He said that literally 5 years ago, back in 2018. And now 5 years later, here we are, right? He's becoming into, you know, Bitcoin, right? He's filing for Bitcoin ETFs, right? So just think about that, guys. Okay, just think about that. And since BlackRock is in fact doing this, I feel like a lot more institutions will come in, okay, and file for, you know, Bitcoin ETFs and just come into, you know, the crypto space in general, right? So obviously, if that happens, which it will in the future, right, it's going to give Bitcoin a kick, okay, up to the upside, obviously, right? So this is very, very bullish. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about this? Because in my opinion, I think it's very, very bullish news for Bitcoin and crypto today, right? So this is absolutely amazing to see. We know BlackRock is the biggest asset manager, right, and whatnot, like Fink and all that. So this is pretty good, right? This is amazing to see for Bitcoin, okay? And it seems like Bitcoin is slightly pumping. If it goes to the 15-minute mark, it's slightly going back up, slightly. Nothing too crazy though. You guys can clearly see that, right? But that's that, guys. Okay, so that's really all I wanted to talk about in today's stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys haven't seen my most previous videos, definitely check them out, okay, as usual. I really would appreciate that. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. More videos will obviously be coming your way, so stay tuned for that. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys all in my next video. Have a blessed day, guys.